Welcome everyone to the Sunday Inspirational. I'm chess number 294, coordinator of today's webinar. First of all, I would like to enlighten you about Angur Group Association. Angur Group. It's an online soft skill, personality development, leadership communication skills, SSB defense and civil interviews guidance program. Also, this is a 3-tier online program. The first tier is personality development, news awareness program, self-awareness program, knowledge to awareness transformation, and soft skill growth, webinar long-term association. The second tier is basic SSB guidance. The third tier is advanced SSB guidance. All are mentored by Captain Shyam Kumar sir. Further details will be given in the chat box. Friends, I'm associated with Angur Group for 9 months under Mentoring Dreams by Captain Shyam Kumar sir. Some key points that need to be followed for this webinar. First, all Angur Group members use video and chess number. Second, keep your mic muted while not using it. Third, all non-Angur Group members are expected to send your contact details on Angur Group mobile number. Now, I would like to tell about today's program. The first, Mentors Call. Second, News Awareness Program, NAP. Third, Self-Awareness Program, SAP. Fourth, the basic SSB tips moderated by our mentor. Fifth, experiences and tips by today's guest, chess number 365. In between, chess number 365, congratulations for your achievement. And lastly, live questions and answer session. Ladies and gentlemen, this is my great honor to enlighten you about my mentor, Captain Shyam Kumar sir. Captain Shyam Kumar, Indian Navy retired officer, Angur Group, New Delhi. He pursued MSc in Defense and Strategic Studies, ex-director of Ministry of Defense, warship captain and naval instructor pilot, motivational speaker and soft skill SSB online trainer, freelancer and visiting faculty at various academia, including Classic Classes, Future IAS, Ajab Academy New Delhi, and Areen Academy Kolkata. Vast experiences of training in psychological grooming, group tasks, and panelists in all types of mock interviews. More than 3,000 followers, 500 registered students, and 20 successful candidates in defense and civil service in last 2 years. Now, I request my mentor to commence the proceeding. Thank you. Jai Hind.
Thank you so much for kind words. And first of all, welcome all of you to the Ankur Group Sunday Inspirational Webinar. Ankur Group has been organizing this regular webinar on Sundays to enlighten the candidates who are following us onto the Ankur Group websites, Instagram, Facebook, etc., etc. Details of them could be shared onto the chat box or whichever way it can be possible by the followers. Online training is my theme which developed after my superannuation, although I was doing the training to the NCC cadets when I was commanding officer of the NCC units at Delhi and Mumbai, and also had been associated with the headquarters at various levels of NCC planning and other aspects. So, as far as the Ankur Group Sunday Spiritual is concerned, it is open for everyone, apart from the registered members who are formally being trained for SSB. Language has never been a bar, so Hindi और English के हिसाब से हम आपकी ट्रेनिंग करते हैं. आज का जो मेन मकसद ट्रेनिंग का है, जो वेबिनार का, वो है interaction with one of our successful candidate who has recently succeeded in recommendation from #1 Air Force Selection Board at Dehradun. We have chess number 365 of Ankur Group, who is being chess number 60 of Air Force Selection Board Dehradun. On 22nd July, he cleared it. So first of all, I would like to congratulate chess number 365 Mandeep Kera on behalf of the Ankur Group. My heartiest congratulations to you for your future success, etc. Today, before I proceed and call upon him to share his experiences, I would like to uh, uh, touch upon some points about the preparation strategy, etc., which I'm going to enlighten a little later in case we get time. In case we get over by Zoom link limitations of 40 minutes, I think the same link will be valid. So in case we abruptly stop the meeting, please log back again onto the same Zoom link in case we have a trouble. So please keep that in mind. In case the meeting is over, please come back. All right. So remember, SSB is a way of life. Those who are here and listening to us, they may be from a civil background, they may be aspiring for something else, some other interview, but it is a way of life. It is not one-day process. It is not a 3 months process. It is a long process. So those who are here to listen to us must know that in case there has been a delay in their life, थोड़ा देर हुआ है सोचने समझने में, और बात बाद में समझ में आई है कि मिलिट्री की लाइफ के लिए हमें क्या चाहिए, तो उनको थोड़ा ज्यादा मेहनत करनी पड़ेगी. आज ये जो कुछ हमारे स्टूडेंट्स हैं, कई स्टूडेंट्स अभी स्क्रीन आउट होके वापस आए हैं, कुछ लोग अभी इंटरव्यू में हैं और कुछ लोग जाने वाले हैं. करीब करीब 20 स्टूडेंट्स हमारे पिछले 10 दिनों में एसएसबी जा रहे हैं. उनमें से कुछ सक्सेस हुए हैं, जैसे आज आप देख रहे हैं, कुछ कॉन्फ्रेंस आउट हुए हैं और कुछ स्क्रीन आउट हुए, और उन्होंने एक बड़ा एक्सपीरियंस लिया है, और वी आर शेयरिंग एक्सपीरियंस एवरी डे. Today, I think I am also completing the advanced capsule of this batch, A17, 18, and 19. And tomorrow onward, I'm going to start A20 batch of advanced capsules. तो आज मैंने ये देखा है कि आज ये लास्ट डे है, इसलिए भी आज 365 हमारे साथ अपनी जर्नी जो है सक्सेस टू द पाथ ऑफ गेटिंग इनटू द आर्म फोर्सेस, एयर फोर्स की जो इनको एंट्री है उसके बारे में आज हम सुनेंगे, समझेंगे. We will ask 365 to come upon the line, and without much wasting time, we will go through the procedures in 3 stages. I will request him to cover it in 3 stages. Firstly, the journey of preparation strategy, what he did in his life, that is background to Ankur Group to FSB. Secondly, the 5 days tour, not going into the procedures, but what did he feel about those exercises, touching upon the salient features. And thirdly, the lesson learned, comparative analysis, his own strengths and weaknesses, and some message for the class, and some question answers in CAT. Moderator, as me, will be able to ask him some questions. At the same time, anchor can also continue to ask him any questions in between. 365, you are welcome.
Thank you, sir. Good evening, everyone. My name is Kuldeep Kara. I have done mechanical engineering BTech in the year 2020, and currently I was working as an IT developer in Delhi. I have given 17 attempts earlier, and where I got 10 times screened out, 6 times conference out, and 1 time recommended.
Please keep your mic closer. You are unable to be heard. Network is going off. Be slow in speaking.
Yes, sir. I have been associated with Ankur Group for the last 1 month, and Ankur Group has helped me.
May you please repeat your last sentence, which was important for us?
Yes, sir.
Journey, please.
Yes, sir. Hello, good evening, everyone. My name is Kuldeep Kara. I have done BTech in mechanical engineering and pass out in 2020. Currently, I am working as a front-end IT software developer in IT company in Delhi, and I have given 17 attempts where I got 10 times screened out, 6 times conference out, and 1 time recommended. I've been associated with Ankur Group for the last 1 month, where the group helped me to reach to distance my last mile connectivity so that I could get my recommendations and also work on my shortcomings. Coming to the journey, coming to the 5-day process, on the first day we had to report, and the process is clear to everyone, so I'll go with my observations directly. On the first, OIR test was conducted, so that was easy to moderate level test, where we got 40 questions and we had to cover it in 17 minutes. I had already solved it once, so it was very easy for me. Later, when PPT picture came, in the PPT picture there was 2 persons sitting and they were talking. In the background I could see an escalator. in the background, I could see an escalator and people also train I could see. But the persons other than me, the other candidate assumed it as a cafeteria area. So my story didn't match with others, but my narration went very smoothly. And when the group discussion started, majority of the people had made a story related to startup. So I went with the startup. Point to be noted here is that I observed that people who were listening to others and adding values to the discussion who were the one who got screened in. So therefore, it is very important for everyone to listen to the points of others as well and add values to it. After that, nobody was selected as a person who would give the group story, and there were 192 persons who reported. Among 192, 62 persons got screened in, 31 freshers and screened out, and 31 repeaters. And then groups were formed accordingly of 7 to 8 persons. Later, when on the same day only, psychology test conducted. And in psychology test, TAT, when it came to TAT, this time, last time I had done some mistakes, or what I used to do earlier was that I used to think before seeing the picture. The stories that I write were not my first thought that came into my mind. I used to write pre-prepared stories, but this time I tried to write all my first thoughts only. And also, as sir has suggested me, to empower my character. So earlier I used to not do it and add actions or add values about the persons in the middle of the story, which were making it very disorganized. So initially only I empowered the character, gave him responsibilities, and then wrote stories and actions related to it. I also had prepared my blank story, so I was able to complete it within time. Coming to the word association test, I tried to make it as positive as I can, and there were some words which I didn't know the meaning of. For example, there was one word, DAMES, DAMES, so I didn't know the meaning, so I left it blank, and all other sentences were positive. Next came SRTs. I attempted 44 SRTs and tried to write all the actions in the sequential manners, and also tackling all the problems shown in the solution question. And self description I had already prepared and got it checked from sir, so it was easy. I was able to complete it within the time period. So in this way the psychology test was conducted. Coming to the interview part, next day we had interview. In the interview, earlier I used to do mistake, in my earlier attempts I got very nervous, so I was not able to deliver my answers very confidently. And also I used to give extra informations which were never asked in the questions. So as sir also suggested that keep your answers short, and whatever is asked, answer that only. So I applied it, and it helped me cover all the CIQ questions, rapid fire questions, in a sequential manner. For example, the first academic questions, sir asked about, the interviewer asked about only my grades, but I used to explain all the things that I've done. My 10th from Army Public School Bareilly in the year 2013, where I scored 9.8 CGPA. So this I cut short it, and I just said, sir, in 10th class I scored 9.8 CGPA, in 11th class I scored 77%, in 12th class I scored 94.6. In this way
I think one small interruption. Keep the little closer and just speak little louder. I think maybe network issue, but I think audience may not be able to follow all your words. So little more deliberations.
Yes, sir.
Short and little more deliberated, because you are speaking so many experiences that people are must be really curious about your all the experiences. I'm sure you would like to give them more deliberations so that they're happier to listen to you.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
So this time I tried to make the answers as short as I can and answer all the questions that were asked only. So all the rapid fire questions were answered very calmly. Few questions were asked related to my shortcomings, and they were emphasized more and more. For example, sir asked that my favorite subject was mathematics, but still I got a back in my first year in mathematics only. So therefore, I accepted that I got overconfident, and then I prepared again for it and cleared the compartment exam. So in this way, point to be noted here is that even if we have done something wrong, it is better to accept it and accept our shortcomings, even accept our weaknesses as well, and try to work on them, show them that yes, we are working on it. So in this way, interview was conducted. Sir also asked questions related to my job, how is my job environment, and also related to my family. I had written in my self description also that my greatest inspiration is my father. So he asked questions related to my father's job. My father is working as an inspector in ITBP, so he asked questions about Indo-Tibetan Border Police as well. So in this way, all the interview questions were framed. And there was one important point I noted, that in Air Force interviews, we also have to submit our folders. So I arrange all the documents, all the certificates in the same manner that I had written in the PIQ form. If it is NCC certificate, so I attached it. Then if I have participated in sports, so all the certificates were arranged in the sequential manner. So in this way, the interview was conducted very smoothly. Then coming to the GTO part, GTO was conducted on the third day. And in GTO, earlier I used to do mistakes that I used to start in the group discussion without even thinking about the topic. This time I first of all let every other speak, get their points, and then add values to the points and deliver my points as well. So the group discussion was conducted smoothly. I had a very cooperative group, which also helped me a lot in the group discussions. So for my first topic of the group discussion was what is the biggest reason for decline in India's GDP post pandemic? Is it the unemployment, or there were two more leads? My second topic was what is the biggest reason for Russia's Ukraine invasion? Is it NATO? Is it expansion of Russia, or is it Russia's protection? So both the topics were of very good level, and all the participants cooperated very equally. I also listened to every other participant's points uh, and attend them, and also give values to those points. So it helped me a lot in the group discussion. In the group planning exercise also, I observed that all the points, all the markings that were given, I already observed when sir was giving the briefing. So it helped me when I was about to write the solution, or we were given 5 minutes to read the narration. So I was able to complete all the solutions in my mind and on those 5 minutes only. So it helped me to write all the solutions. So as sir also suggested that we should write first of all the problems that we have, the resources that we have, groupings that we will be dividing our group into, and then the solutions. As I write the solutions in SRTs, I write there in GP also in the short manner only, like two persons proceed to this place, start at this time, distance, and reach there by 4:30, and then tackle the problem, and then come back by 6:30. So I wrote that like this, and tackled every problem. And also I made sure that the last problem is also completed, where they have to attend the meeting, they have to attend the wedding of their friend. So GP was also conducted very well. Coming to the PGT, in PGT, earlier I used to do mistake, like I used to start giving solutions in the starting only and lead from the start, so that when we reach the third obstacle, my all ideas were already used up. I was not able to help my group in a very good manner. This time, in the initial attempts, all were giving ideas, so I helped them in implementing the task, and I also made sure that all the riskiest tasks were done by me, like passing the load or connecting the last bridge, so that the first person can go there, and then it is easy to pass all the persons. When the third obstacle came, all the group was stuck in a part where we had to take the persons from start line to the finish line. So there I gave the ideas to chess number 62, one of my mate, and he also understood it and applied it. So the idea helped the group to overcome the problem, tackle the problem in a very constructive way. So it was noted. So I observed that it's better to give ideas when the group is stuck. And as sir also suggested that you should fill the vacuum. So I try to fill that vacuum. Then the half group task was conducted. In the half group task, we had three chest number 60, 61, and 62. So we completed it in the same manner, and we completed it the half group task within 10 minutes. And then lecture it was conducted. In lecture it, my topic was data science, and my other topics were spectrum allocation, and my book. There was easy topics. So I chose data science as my topic, and one of my teammate was also a data scientist working as a data scientist. So I included that also in my lecturate. Like started with this point only, that as one of our friend chess number 58 is also a data scientist. So I am going to speak on the topic data science, and then I started my lecturate. So point to be noted is that it shows that we have good connections with our teammates also. And the lecturate was delivered in a very smooth manner. I was able to complete it within 3 minutes, and I was able to structure it also: introduction, main body, and then conclusion. So lecturate was done well. Then next day, our command task was happened. The individual obstacle was not conducted due to the bad weather. So in command task, but I observed that the GTO sir was observing my conduct of all the operations, all the actions that I take. He also observed that I entered the start line first, and then I exited at the end. Also, he also noticed how I am tying the rope, and how I am putting the plank, so that all the persons can cross over. So command task was also conducted very well. And at last, in the conference, on the conference was happened on the same day where our GTO second day was happened. So I waited for the conference. I had to wait 10 minutes before the conference. My call was happened. Then I entered the room. Sir asked two simple questions: that where I'm coming from and how was the stay. And then later the result was announced, and three people got selected, got recommended. One was fresher, chest number 32. One was recommended already, chest number 43, and I got recommended. I was a repeater. In this way, the whole 5-day procedure ended. And now I'd like to come to the preparation part, the how I prepared, and what is my opinion on this. So my preparation strategy, or I would like to suggest everyone to work on yourself first. Like, give yourself time. I tried to take more and more time with me alone, like sitting in a alone room and discussing with myself only, introspecting my weaknesses, my strength, and working on them. This has helped me a lot with my preparation, and also working on my weaknesses. Also, it is better to discuss with some friends, and also attend online classes, as sir also is conducting this. So there are two options that we have: offline classes and online classes. So I would like to say that both the classes have their positives and negatives. Like in offline classes, we get to interact with the people in the real life, and also we can tackle the PGT problems, obstacles in the real. But if we come to the online part, we get more and more opportunities. It is very helpful for the persons who are working, so they have a time, they can manage the time between what they. Yes sir. So I think this meeting is about to end within a minute.
Okay, so we can, okay, we will stop it here and as part one, and then we will talk in part two. So let's log it out of this meeting and continue in as part two, right? So do that accordingly, just number 365 and 294. Log back all of you, ladies and gentlemen, so that we have a 1 minute gap, and then log back and settle down for part two. All right. So welcome back to the part two of the ENCO Group Experience Sharing Program. We have a successful candidate recommended by number 1 Air Force Selection Board, Dehradun, on 22nd of July. Just number 60. May you like to share your photograph of chest number 60 first before we proceed further?
Yes, sir. So how should I share it?
On the
Sir?
poster, please. Make the participant co-host. Your anchor is co-host. Make her co-host so that she can help you and we can proceed further. Anybody else can share it in the screenshot. I don't know whether people can see this. Just number 294, I request you to help me and share some screenshot. Take over from control from 365.
Yes, sir.
If it is not possible, we proceed ahead with the, some interaction with the 365. We needed a photograph of Air Force Selection Board onto the screen.
Sir, can you see this?
Yes, just number 60, please. Yes. All right. So you're looking very smart. Just number 60 of the #1 Air Force Selection Board and Ankur Group 365. It has been a very, very hilarious moment for all of us that we have a successful candidate among us. Right. This is just number 294. Thank you for screening him on for the audience. Now 365. Few questions to you.
Yes, sir.
What is your first of all, 294 as anchor, she would like to ask some questions to 365.
Yes, sir. 365, first of all, congratulations for your achievement. We all feel very proud because we know how you achieved this. You fought very hard for this achievement. We all know that, and we are seeing your growth in our class. Also, we see a lot of your hard working. And first thing I want to know from you that how news awareness program help you to in this SSB.
News awareness program actually helped me for the SSB. News awareness program actually helped me for the preparation of SSB, as it helped me to prepare my lecturate, as well as it helped me to prepare for the interview questions also. The interview, the national and international questions were asked, which I was able to tackle very confidently. So news awareness program has helped me in that way.
Okay, thank you.
Which is the second question, 294. I don't think you are so satisfied with his answers so fast.
I would like to know that what is the change that you feel now from the former one to this time? And before you, I know that before you attended many online classes and also offline courses, I think. And after you met Sham sir, what are the changes that happened into you?
Earlier, I would say that I was almost 95% done, and in my earlier attempts also, I feel like I was almost there, but I was not able to connect the last mile, last point, which led to my recommendation. So when I joined sir's class, I was able to do that. I was able to work on my shortcomings and make it almost all my responses almost perfect. I was able to work on my group discussions part, news awareness program. Also, with the self-awareness program, it helped me a lot for the preparation of my questions related to my surroundings only. Like when sir asked, interviewer asked about my city where I live and my place, my state where I live. So I was able to deliver a very good saying about the city to sir. So this helped me a lot. And also there were many mistakes that I was committing, which sir also pointed out, and I worked on them. So gradually I improved on it, and it led to my recommendation.
Okay, so I add to that question to you, 365. Tell me the three major things that you felt that you were not able to dissect yourself, which was dissected in a quick manner, and then the trigger actions to recover from them or align yourself to the last mile connectivity. Three things.
So the first thing I would like to say is my public speaking part. Earlier, I used to speak very in a very disorganized way. My lecture rate were not organized, and in group discussion also, I was not aware that what I am saying. But as I practiced with Ankur group, so I got to know that what I have to say, when I have to say, and in lecture also, how I have to deliver it. So I worked on my public speaking part. And second is my interview also. So in an interview, I was used to give all the answers without filtering out, or without basically what asked. I used to give extra informations related to it. So I also cut short it and gave it a very precise, in a brief manner. I gave my answers, so it helped me in my interview part. In psychology also, sir, earlier I used to write stories without even empowering my character, and add values of the main character in between of the story, so that it seems like that I'm adding, or I'm thinking at the last. So this thing I corrected myself, and I just take one problem at a time in the story, and try to resolve it. So in this manner, my stories were written good.
So if I have to take from you and for the class in a little modified manner, the structured communication. Communication, structured manner.
Yeah.
Number two, crisp and to the point, relevant communication in the interview. And thirdly, psychological maturity without having been artificiality into the thoughts. That means you were made confident that whatever you are doing is all okay. So don't worry, you have to prepare yourself in the psychological aspects. You are ready before you enter the room of the conference or the SSB center. So structured communication, relevant communication, and psychological maturity. These three things are all time taking. They are not short-term practice achievable goals. They are long-term achievable goals. So therefore, ladies and gentlemen, if you take the message from this successful candidate, what is he trying to say to you is that if you were good and you worked so hard for so many years, of this 16th attempts or 17th one, he has cleared the SSB with stamping of AFCAT and CDSC written examinations in his favor, and then attempting 4 or 5 conference out, some screens out, and now being successful. It's a very long story. And in this long story, since he had worked so much, that when he came to me, I had to only look out for the dissective strategy which I did on him is to find out where does he lack and nip the bud accordingly, so that the blossoming takes place in the right manner in a short time which he had with me, and we did work hard. I would like to definitely tell you that we had 2 to 3 classes in a day, parallel classes going on, because I generally don't teach less than 45 days. 3 to 6 months is my normal teaching time. And I firmly believe that I cannot teach students to my satisfaction jab tak mujhe theek se time nahi mile. But he cooked up well while working at Delhi in the company that he is working for, and then spending day night with me, 3 to 4 classes going on per day. We had to rush through many things, but he cooked up well because he had a background of continuous effort. Some of you are realizing these goals little late after graduation, then that is too late. And then you got first screen out, you are already demotivated that I have not done it. How much have you done the effort compared to this gentleman? You can compare now and go back today and think what effort I have put in so far for SSB. You are going to be a military leader, a class 1 officer, and a no failure personality. No failure personality. So with no failure personality, standards are very high. Your normals, what he had, I had to make new normals, n square. And by this self-awareness program, probably one thing which he missed it out to tell to you is that SSB, which I try to inculcate the requirements of SSB in him is, or to all of you is, to not tackle the exercises, but to tackle the purpose behind the exercises. So purpose-based exercises, not solution-based exercises. This is what I tried to, and he picked it up. So he forgot that solution-based exercises and he brought out purpose-based exercises. So he did not bother that what story he's writing. He realized that he has to remember in the structure, maintain the procedure, discipline, do not go out of discipline, maintain the posture, and probably he has missed out one point of law of reverse thermodynamics. Now I'm going to ask him what is law of reverse thermodynamics, and I would expect him to explain to you, especially in case of GTO. Please tell us what is reverse thermodynamics that you used.
The law of reverse thermodynamics, like when everything is for example, the law of thermodynamics, the reverse thermodynamics is when it is required, then only we have to fill the vacuum there. For example, when the candidates yes sir, it's like when it happened, when we were tackling the solutions, tackling the problems in the progressive group task. So earlier, initially, I didn't go, I didn't give my ideas initially. I helped my friends a lot. And also when the time came, when they were stuck in a task, there I break the thermodynamics. I get there and solve the problem, also give them ideas and take their help, so that they also they also convinced by me and solve the task. In group discussion also, initially I spoke on one point, and then when all had completed, all had spoken on one point, then I changed the thermodynamics and spoke on another point and gave points on that second lead. So others also then came to me, others also agreed to me, and then they start giving points on that matter.
How was your group obstacle race? What did you do there? The fun-loving exercise.
Yes, sir.
Tell them a little bit.
Unfortunately, sir, we didn't had group obstacle race.
All right, individual obstacle, please. Something on that.
That too didn't happen, sir.
Individual obstacle.
Due to bad weather, sir, individual obstacle was also not happened.
All right, you are lucky to have two of them. Vostok, Air Force is a Mosam-oriented department. They work on the weather a lot. Aircraft don't fly in bad weather, so you are lucky to have that not in your favor. What was your lecture topic? Could you please tell us again?
So my lecture topic was data science.
I would like to know 3 more topics.
So one topic was spectrum allocation, and then one topic was biopic and biopics.
Biopics.
Yes, sir.
Spectrum allocation, data science, and the fourth one.
Fourth one, my favorite book. I think this was the topic. My favorite book, sir.
337 wants to know about the journey from first attempt till recommendation.
Sir, my first attempt happened on 2016 January, where I went to 1FSB Dehradun for my NDA SSB, where I got conferenced out. Then I again attempted NDA and I got screened out from 4FSB Varanasi. There I did my graduation, and after graduation I attempted 12 attempts, where I went for SSC Tech SSB, AFCAT SSB. I almost attended all the SSBs of Army, all SSB centers, Allahabad, Kapurthala, Bhopal, and Bangalore. In Navy, I attended Kolkata SSB, and Air Force, I attended Dehradun and Varanasi SSB. So I got 6 times conference out of my CDS SSB in Varanasi. SSC Tech SSB 2 times, and one Navy SSB. And this time, this was my AFCAT 5th attempt, which I was screened in for the first time.
Okay, great. So was it your last attempt as per the age?
No, sir, it was my second last attempt as per my age.
One more attempt. So if that God has given you privilege of not to use that last attempt, and you could win through your goals. Very nice. Anyone has any questions, please ask them. And now the house is open for the question and answer session. Feel free. 353, you have any questions to him?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
First of all, congratulations 365. And my question is about your WAT and SRT. How many you have attempted there, and what was your experience about WAT and SRT?
In word association test, I attempted 59 out of 60 words. One word I didn't know the meaning, so I skipped it. And in SRTs, I attempted 44 SRTs. I was not able to complete the 44th one, so I left it in middle only. And my experience was in word association test, in all the psychological test, I was writing with my subconscious mind only. I was tired because it was happening on the same day only. So whatever responses that I had practiced for the last 6 years, so they were coming into my mind rapidly as the words was coming. So I always wrote my first thought only, and luckily they were coming positively. So I tackled word association test in that manner. And situation reaction test also, I had time, so I structured my actions, wrote it in sequence, and then complete my last task. So it was conducted well.
I will add up to the question and ask you, what was your blank story? Please tell us.
Blank story, sir. So my blank story goes like this. Mr. Akshay was my blank story goes like this. Mr. Akshay was a front-end developer, a software developer in a company in Delhi. He has been a very helpful kind of guy during his education and college. So one day when he went to meet his friend during lunchtime, he saw his friend got stuck in a problem. So he looked into the problem and suggested him a new idea to tackle that computer code, and gave him time to solve. He went back to his work, completed his job, and after completing his job, he went back to his friend, divided work among friend, and took 2 hours to complete all the work before 8 p.m. So next day, the computer code was shown to the senior and it got approved. So Akshay felt very happy. The manager also observed it and gave a supervisory role later to Akshay, which he took very confidently and very positively, and continued to help others. Thank you.
Okay, and what the SDT paragraph number 4? What type of person you are?
So I wrote, I'm a very well-mannered person. I like to help people, and
you are.
yes, sir.
Yes.
I said
Go ahead.
I'm an optimistic person and try to keep my surrounding positive. I respect everyone and take their points against my critics, and try to improve on it. I like to spend my free time with my hobbies of solving Rubik's Cube and playing flute. And yes, sir, this all things I write.
Okay, right. Very nice. Tell me one typical question of interview which you got fumbled.
Sir, the sir asked me, what is the greatest fear in your life?
Fear in your life.
Yes, sir. So I thought for it some time and then said, sir, my greatest fear in my life is to letting my parents down. So he counter questioned that, but you are working in an IT company and you are earning good. So there's no point of letting your parents down. So I said, sir, but sir, I get inspiration from my father and want to become an officer like him only. So he also laughed and said, okay, okay, yes.
Very nice. The good answer would have been, sir, this interview is really fearful. Probably he was asking you about the interview, not your parents' problem.
Yes, sir.
All right. Anyone has any more questions, please?
Yes, test number 335.
Yeah.
Okay, so you mentioned about the questions thrown at you, like the shortcomings, like about your shortcomings. So how were you able to tackle the negative questions which were asked to you during the interview?
I tackled it honestly. Like once sir asked me a question that what is the point, tell me an incident where you took help from your sister and emotional help, not physical help. So I told the interviewer very honestly, sir, when I got continuous screened out, so I got little demotivated that either if I will be able to do it or not. But my elder sister kept me motivated and consolidated and told me that yes, I have it in me. So I continued with it and went for the SSB and got confidence, yes, that yes, I have it in me. And then I'm appearing for this time and I'm hoping for a recommendation this time.
Okay. That
Okay,
was
and
3.
one last question.
Yeah.
About the screen, you told you were screened out multiple times and later you were screened in. So how were you able to work out on that process?
Initially, I didn't know what I was saying. I didn't had any idea what to say in the group discussions. So I joined I practiced with my friends online a lot. And when I was in college, I practiced with my friends in a single room. After every day, we created a room where we go for practice only for public speaking. So we practice like it there in the single room for public speaking, which helped me a lot in the group discussions of my picture perception and description test. Also, I took help from my friends also who have been recommended. I practiced and took sir's guidance also, that what I have to say. So in all these cumbersome knowledge, I was able to grasp it and consolidate in a very short and crisp 5 minutes, which I contributed in the group discussion. I realized with sir only that I do not have to keep speaking and keep giving ideas in the group discussions. I also have to listen to other persons and fill the vacuum whenever it is vacuum. I have to fill it. I have to give my points. It will never happen that I will automatically get time and people will say, okay, you also speak in the group discussions of the PPDT specifically. So I have to take time, take my time, take my opportunity and come up and give my points, even if I have to speak a little louder.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay. 323. Anyone? 337. Yeah, go ahead.
Yes, sir. Sir, congratulations first 365. And my question is that how you manage and your how you make yourself positive.
Sorry, your questions was not clear. Can you please repeat it?
Yes, yes. How you manage your stress to keep patience and be consistent on your path after getting conference out and screen out many times.
I got a job. I got a job and get settled first. Then all the stress that were in my life went away all automatically. And then I could focus on my interview preparation a lot better as compared to, because I get Saturdays and Sundays off, as well as my office gets over at 6. So I get time between 7 to 10, almost 3 hours every day. So I could prepare between it.
Yes, the point here is the more you have the pressure, the more you have the time constraints, the better you become a manager of time. Secondly, the constraints in which you start working brings out a better quality in you. And the third point is that when you have failures, you should not keep quiet. Always go for a parallel job. This is important, ladies and gentlemen, to notice it, that this gentleman was working. And I get excuse from my students, sir, I'm very busy in my class, my home. They have no time. You talk to them, says I'm not free. And this gentleman at 12 o'clock night, 1 o'clock night, 6 o'clock morning, whenever we had a class, he was available. As despite you all are party to it, all of you have done class with him for 1 month. You will realize he was never missing from the class. He was always there, always in time, not even a minute late, and available for work. Apart from that, we were having parallel classes. हमारे 3-4 classes चल रहे थे. इनकी सारी soft skill की training में parallel कर रहा था, और he was scooping up. तो ये जो आप कहते हो ना कि हमारे पास time ही नहीं है. We have no time, or we are very busy. Our project work, assignment, office, night duty, shift. Does it matter? You are expected to work 24 hours in the warship, in the aircraft, in the army deputations, deployments, and the operational areas. There is no place of excuses. So stop the excuses. Find time for yourself. Go for some job. Start working somewhere. Keep your parallel options open, especially if you are 23, 24 years of age. They will look for all this. And that's why he was told, why are you worried? You are already in the job. Your parents are happy with you. But he is looking at a final goal of joining armed forces. So his motivation paid off. All right. Any more questions? Last 2 questions we will take, and then we will wind up this session.
I have questions, sir. First of all, congratulations, chess number 365. I would like to ask
Your chess number, please. We can't see you.
It's chess number 325.
Okay.
I would like to ask what was their point of view as you were repeater? Was it negative or positive? Like it was your 14th attempt, na? So was it positive in interview or in negative? How was their point of view?
Interview's point of view was neutral. There was no positive or negative point of view before my interview. And as soon as my interview progressed, he may have make his point of view according to my answers. But this
All
thing
right.
never plays a role if you are a repeater or a fresher.
Okay, I will substantiate my views and add up to the point here is, ladies and gentlemen, this is my 5th trainee who has been a repeater and has cleared the SSB. We have chess number 05, who is done from SSB Kapurthala. Then we had 156 NDA candidate who got a medical problem. We had chess number 188, Vipin, who is already an officer, a repeater candidate. We had one more candidate, and now he is the one who is the 5th candidate who has been a repeater. Remember, when you go as a repeater, they just want to see one thing. Are you motivated? Have you notched up 1 step up? Have you got demoralized, or you have bounced back? They just want this. He bounced back. That's all was his game. He bounced back with more energy, more preparation, last mile connectivity, changes by corrective strategy, which he got from various ways, and he proved it at that moment. So repeater must go with bounced back quality. You must not go if you are not done any changes. He came to me. Probably he got some changes which was keeping him away from that last mile connectivity. So ladies and gentlemen, repeater is not a problem. I have my own experience in this Kankur group, and I expect, actually, I feel now I am happy to train repeaters because I work well with them and I click with them. Because finding little more tightening of the screw and finding out the weaknesses, at the same time giving them high triggers and challenges, brings the last bit of latent qualities which were hidden, that comes out and you do the needful. So that's it, I think. Last questions, please. Anyone? Last question. 294, you could be concluding that remarks after this.
Yes, sir.
So are you going to ask the last question? Okay, if there are no questions, you can go ahead.
Yes, sir. Okay. Of course, this was a very nice and motivating evening for all of us. And thank you, chess number 365, for your experiences and SSB tips. And as I said that we know that your journey to success was very tough, and you made all us proud. And all the very best for your further proceedings. And thank you, Captain Shyam Kumar sir, for being our great mentor and giving many tips for us, many unique tips for us. And thank you for giving this opportunity to me. And thank you, audience, for coming here and listening to the beautiful journey and tips. And kindly send hello to Angur Group mobile number, which I provided in the chat box. And once again, I thank you. Thanking you all. Jai Hind.
All right. So once again, I take this opportunity to thank you, chess number 294, especially 365, and the coordinators who have been helping me to organize the webinar. Generally on Sundays we keep meeting. It's open webinar. You can forward it to anyone. Anybody can come and join. It's need not to be registered here. 9810448703 is the mobile connection number on which you can send your details, basic introduction, and thereafter you get a free counseling with me on a predetermined time. Please be disciplined with Ankur Group. Find times. Do not delay messages. Come to the point. Be military minded and disciplined, accurate, precise, and hit first, hit hard, keep hitting. I repeat, hit first, hit hard, and keep hitting. So with that motto, ladies and gentlemen, we wind up this webinar of Sunday Inspirational, listening to the successful candidate's way of journey, his path, his success. He's got a medical coming up, and then the merit list is awaited. We wish him all the best to join Indian Air Force and touch the sky with glory. Thank you. Jai Hind. Good night.